You're leaving money on the table right now. Not tomorrow, not last year, right now, today. And the worst part, you don't even know it. That's what makes this different from every other make money video you've clicked on. This isn't about working harder. This isn't about learning a new skill for 6 months. This is about something already sitting in front of you. Something you walk past every day. Something so simple. Your brain rejected it the first time you heard it. Because your brain doesn't trust simple. Your brain was trained to believe that money requires suffering. Low hours, hard work, sacrifice. And because of that training, you ignored this. Everyone did. Almost everyone. Some people didn't ignore it. And those people are quietly making extra money this month. While you're watching this video, let that sit for a second. Now, let me show you what they found. But first, I need to break something you believe. Because if I don't break it first, you'll reject everything I say next. You believe that extra income requires extra time. That's the core belief. And it's wrong. Not slightly wrong. Completely wrong. Extra income requires extra awareness, not extra hours. Awareness of what already exists around you. Awareness of what people are already paying for. Awareness of the gap between what you have and what someone else needs. That gap is where the money lives. And it's closer than you think. Let me tell you about a Tuesday afternoon. Nothing special about it. A woman, mid-30s, sitting in her car during lunch break. Scrolling her phone the way everyone scrolls their phone. Not looking for anything. Just filling time. And she saw something, a post in a Facebook group she'd forgotten she'd joined, someone asking, does anyone know how to do this? It was something she did every day at her job. Something so normal to her, she'd never thought of it as a skill. She replied, offered to help 20 minutes of her time. $30. She sat in her car and stared at the payment notification. Not because of the amount, because of what it meant. It meant what she knew had value. It meant people would pay for her ordinary knowledge. It meant she had been sitting on something this whole time, and she almost didn't reply to that post. Almost. That almost is what I want to talk about. Because almost is where most people live. Almost tried it. Almost replied. Almost started, and almost costs you more than failure ever could. Because failure teaches you something. Almost teaches you nothing, except how to wait. Here's what's actually going on beneath the surface. You have been conditioned to undervalue what you know. Everything that comes easily to you, you assume comes easily to everyone. It doesn't. The way you organize things, someone would pay for that. The way you explain things, someone would pay for that. The shortcuts you use at work, someone would pay for that. The knowledge you've built up over years without even trying, someone is searching for that right now. Not metaphorically. Literally, right now, on Google, on Reddit, on Facebook groups, on Fiverr, someone is typing a question that you already know the answer to, and they are ready to pay for it. That's the missed opportunity. Not some complicated system. Not some technical skill you don't have. Just your existing knowledge matched to someone who needs it. Now here's where it gets specific. The simplest side hustle working right now is micro-consulting, not coaching, not freelancing, not agency micro-consulting. Short, focused, paid conversations. Here's how it works. You pick one thing you know well. Could be anything. Excel, parenting routines, meal planning, home repairs, social media, HR processes, gardening, anything you've done repeatedly until it became automatic. You offer a 30-minute call. You charge between $20 and $75 for that call. The person on the other side gets a problem solved. You get paid for knowledge you already have. No product to build, no audience to grow, no website to design, just a conversation. Just you knowing something and someone else needing it. And here's the math that makes this real. 2 calls a day at $40 each. That's $80 extra per day. 5 days a week, that's $400. Every week, from conversations, from knowledge you already own, from time you're currently spending on things that pay you nothing. Now, before you say, nobody would pay me for that, stop. I need you to hear something important. That thought right there is not humility. It's programming. You've been programmed to believe your knowledge is ordinary. Because to you, it is ordinary. But ordinary to you is extraordinary to someone who doesn't have it. A plumber doesn't think plumbing is special, but the person with a leak at midnight thinks it's everything. Your knowledge works exactly the same way. It's only ordinary from where you're standing. From where your future clients are standing, it looks like a solution. And people pay for solutions. Always. Here's what I haven't told you yet. There are platforms built specifically for this. Platforms where people are already searching for short paid consultations already. Today. Right now. Clarity.fime professionals listing 30 to 60-minute paid calls. Some making thousands per month from calls alone. Intro.co. Same model. Growing fast. Less competition right now. Maven cohort-based, but accepts micro-consultants with niche knowledge. Super peer video calls, paid Q&A, simple setup. And the oldest one that still works. Facebook groups. Not for selling, for showing up, answering questions, being the person who knows. And then when someone asks for more, you offer the call. Simple, human, effective. Now here's the urgency part, and I need you to actually hear this, not just scroll past it. These platforms are not crowded yet. The supply of consultants is still low. The demand from buyers is growing every single month. That gap between low supply and high demand, that's your window. But windows close. They always close. 6 months ago, newsletter writing was uncrowded. Now everyone is a newsletter writer. 6 months ago, AI prompting was a differentiator. Now it's expected. Micro-consulting is in that early window right now. The people entering it today are the ones who will dominate it in 6 months. The people who wait will enter a crowded market, will compete on price, will wonder why it's not working, will say, I missed that one too. You've said that before, about something else. I know you have. Because everyone has. The question is whether you say it again. Here's the second thing. Most people won't say out loud. You are not too busy for this. You are too comfortable for this. Busy is real, but to 30-minute calls per week is not a schedule problem. That's 4 hours a month. For potentially $300 to $600 extra, you have 4 hours. You spend 4 hours on things that give you nothing this month alone. This isn't a time problem. It's a priority problem. And priority is a choice you can make right now. So here's the one thing, the single move I want you to make after this. Open your phone or laptop. Write down 3 things you know how to do that someone once asked you about. It could be a colleague asking for help with something at work, a friend asking how you manage something at home, a family member asking you to explain something you find obvious. Those moments where someone came to you, those are signals. Signals that you have something worth paying for. Pick the strongest signal. Go to clarity.fm, create a free profile, list your topic, sechi urhechi, done. That's the whole first step. It takes 20 minutes, and it opens a door that can stay open for years. Here's why this works on a level most people don't think about. When someone pays for your knowledge even once, something shifts. Not in the market. In you stop seeing yourself as just an employee, just a worker, just someone who shows up and does the thing. You start seeing yourself as someone with value that exists outside of a job. That shift, that identity shift, is worth more than the first payment. Because it changes what you think is possible. And what you think is possible determines everything you do next. Imagine this. 90 days from now, you have a Clarity profile with 3 reviews. You've done 12 calls. You've made between $400 and $900 extra, not from a second job, not from grinding nights and weekends, from conversations, from knowledge you already had, from a decision you made one Tuesday or whatever day this is for you to just try. That version of you exists. It's not far. It's just on the other side of starting. Remember what I said at the beginning? You're leaving money on the table right now. Now you know where the table is. Now you know what's on it. Now you know exactly how to pick it up. The only thing left is the decision. Not tomorrow. Not after the next video. Not when the timing feels right. The timing never feels right. The timing is right when you decide it is. Decide now, act fast. Because the people who moved last month are already ahead. And the people who move today will be ahead of everyone who watches this next month. That's how windows work. That's how opportunity works. That's how this works. You already have what it takes. You just have to stop leaving it on the table.